Hi guys! You said, well, some of you said that you wanted a Photoshop tutorial, so I'm gonna go through a few things. So, we're gonna start by scanning it, of course, if you like to draw on paper first. I personally prefer it. I think that my pictures come out better when I draw them first with pen and paper, or pencil and paper, whatever, and then scan them and then outline it that way. So, okay, so that's what I've done. It's scanned, you can see it's the book and everything. So first you want to get rid of the ridiculous thingies. So what are they called? The spine of the drawing art book. Okay, whatever. So now we have a cropped. Woohoo! Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I'm getting sick. But anyways, you don't care. Let me grab my tablet. I personally like to do the eyes with my tablet instead of using the Lineart tool that I'll show you in a minute, just because I feel like it looks a little bit more pretty, I guess. I don't know. So in the layers tab, layers are essential. You're going to create a new one on top of that one. Make this one a little bit no, don't make it see-through. Ooh, hang on. I missed a vital step. You're gonna put a layer underneath the picture layer. Whoop. Stop it. You're gonna go to fill and then fill it with white. That way when you bring the opacity down for this, it's not gonna put the stupid checkers behind it like that. Okay, so now that the opacity is down, we are going to zoom into the eyeballs. The eyeballs. Okay. Now you want to make sure that you have a small brush size. So this one's not that small because my scanner doesn't like to scan them in a really high resolution. It makes me sad. So you want to pick one. You got to make sure that you have, see, like here I don't. What? Hang on a second. It's not working. It's not working. Why? Alright. Sorry. I had to reinstall my drivers because it wasn't recognizing the sensitivity in the brush. And sometimes it'll do that. Like you'll just have to go to the website and re-download drivers. So it's fine. So anyway. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Make sure you're drawing on the right layer too, because I can't tell you how many times I've thought I was drawing on the right layer and it wasn't, and I had to redo everything I had just done. So it's really annoying, and you're gonna run into stuff like that anyway. It's probably gonna happen regardless, so you just have to make sure not to rage quit, because you might want to when it happens, but it's okay if you don't. So I'm just trying to be kind of fast so you're not sitting here like, oh my god, stop it. And one thing I've learned over the years is that your drawings are gonna look better most of the time. It depends on what look you're going for, because it all depends on what kind of look you're going for on the end result. But most of the time, if you do your line art in not in different colors, but you can actually just do them on different layers and then lock the layers so that you can change the color of it. But it looks a lot better and cleaner if you do things like that. Like if this was her skin, you could lock it and then do a dark brown instead of a black for the outline. And that way, see how it's not going outside of it? That way, the line against the skin and light colors isn't going to stand out so much. So it's not going to look like, you know what I mean. I have a hard time explaining things that I'm talking about correctly with proper English and such. So you know what I mean, though. I mean, you see it. I just showed you. So you better know what I mean. So yeah, there's the eyes. Really simple. I'll go ahead and do the eyebrows too, even though she doesn't have black eyebrows. Okay, so now for the actual like line arty part. So you're probably gonna have a ton of layers after you're done doing any piece of work, but that's part of the game, bro. So the tool that I use to make line art is this one. I believe this is called the pen tool. I'm not sure. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, pen tool. So this makes it so much easier than having to like use your actual tablet and go down. Oh my god, it takes forever to do it that way. So let me go back. Okay. So the pen tool is amazing. But what you want to do before you start using it is go to... See, I'll show you an example. If you don't do this, this is how it's going to look. See how it's like, it fades out. I mean, the mark that I made was longer than that. And you don't want that. Because it'll look really weird. So, okay, sorry. I'm like kind of jumping around. I'm really sorry. I'm really bad with tutorials, but I had people ask. So, anyway, you're going to want to go to here. Brush presets, see? Go to shape dynamics and then make the diameter of the brush. Probably, I usually do it like right around here because it still makes the ends thin. It just doesn't make them like disappear. And that way, when you do the line art, we'll do the same shape again. Whoop! I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Okay. See how it's a nice like line now? So that's the benefit of that. So I'll explain a little bit more about this tool. So basically what you do is you make one point. That's the starting point. Because of the way her face is shaped, I can do it this way, but I usually do it in small sections. And then you take the other one, the end, to there. And if you pull it, like don't let go of your mouse, and you pull it, you can make it the shape of her face. So that's when you're gonna right click, do stroke path, make sure it's on brush, and then simulate pressure. And see? Look at that. So easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm not gonna do her whole face in this tutorial. Just because, or her whole outline, because that would take forever, but you get the gist. See? Now if we delete that, it looks real nice. Oh, the eyes look terrible. Don't look at them. But yeah, usually we'll do like the nose and the mouth with the pen too, instead of using, sorry, with the tablet pen instead of using this tool, just because I think it's easier. So we'll do a part of her hair too, so you can see. We'll start there. Now see, this is another thing I'm going to show you. If you just continue on, it's going to create really weird shapes. So what you want to do every time you're finished with a path is, what was it, alt click? Yeah. You press alt and left click on it on the last point, and it will allow you to make like a normal shape. So this is going to be kind of weird, but you get the gist. So then you want to do that and that. So this is going to look kind of weird, and that's just because the first path that I made wasn't very good. Like I didn't round it out at the end. Usually with those kind of things, like let me show you. I'll just delete this. Usually with this, you'll want to go halfway. And then the other half, and see how it kind of creates it finishes itself there. Sometimes it's helpful to not do alt click, but most of the time you want to do it. So anyway, you can go to here and then do this stroke path, and now that looks a lot like nicer, more like hair. See? You can do it! It's so easy. So just keep going over like the different areas and outlining. Like this kind of situation here, if you can see that, you're gonna want to do it like this. And then this. And see how I didn't alt click? It's because I know it's gonna continue to make it flow. You don't always want it to do that, but it's gonna continue to make it flow that way. See how pretty it is? That's probably, yep. So it did it the whole way down. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then delete path. And that way, see how nice that looks already? So easy. So easy. And sometimes you're like gonna have to make one path for an area like this. And don't do what I'm doing. I'm doing it all on the same layer. Like do the hair lines on one layer, the skin lines on one layer, like the eyes on one layer, that kind of thing. That way, if you have to change anything, you're not going to mess up the rest of your drawing. layers are the nice part of Photoshop, as you can just edit anything whenever you need to without having to affect the rest of the picture or drawing or whatever you're doing. But this is like the easiest way to do line art, in my opinion, that I have found, because I've been doing line art for a long time, and I'm just gonna say that it takes twice as long to have to do it by hand. So just I am so thankful for this tool. I'm just saying. Yeah, see how that, no, I don't want it to look like that. Actually, could probably continue. Yeah, yeah. And the farther you pull it, this is going to be over where the highest arch is, from what I've seen. So just pull it until it looks like how you want it. Oh, I went too high. There we go. Stroke path. Ta-da! See, that looks so cool. Hang on, let me zoom out so you can see a lot of it. See how nice that looks? It's really smooth and clean, and there aren't a bunch of little marks. So the next one is probably going to be coloring, like shading and coloring and that kind of thing. I might make shading its own thing. So let me know if you would prefer shading to be its own video. I usually do shading as I'm coloring, so, but I can switch it around if you would prefer. So just let me know, and I will talk to you guys later.